he goes off.
This list? You want me to read this list of personalized 3D avatar tools for gender identities? This is stupid. This is stupid.
But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody.
The American people didn't vote for transgender operas in Colombia. Enough with the theater. What about the transgender comic books and the DEI musicals in Ireland? And we have entered the inner sanctum of the Democrats' temple.
Oh, this congressman, what's his name? Jody Arrington from Texas. Jody Arrington from Texas. Anyway, he goes off on some Democrats about the things that the government or you and I taxpayers are spending money on. So it's a really interesting piece here. I mean, this guy, he goes off. And if you watch all of it, you'll notice that whether you're a Democrat or Republican, it's something that really the vast majority of people agree with. And I'm not going to waste anyone's time here. So let's get right into it. And I want to thank you all for watching. We're very thankful and grateful for you being here with us. And please like and subscribe, and feel free to comment as well and grab yourselves a drink. Go ahead and roll that tape.
I can hardly sit here. I was hoping to just let my Democrat colleagues sound off this morning, get through their one-act plays, but I can't. I can't sit here and listen to this grandstanding. They wear their armor of indignation proudly, but we know what's underneath that. And I hate to question the motives of my colleagues, but this is, we have touched a nerve, Mr. Chairman, and we have entered the inner sanctum of the Democrats' temple. And I think that holy grail is the government and their unionized government employees. And if you get anywhere near it, this is the reaction you're going to get. My friend said they didn't vote for these things. They didn't vote for this deep cleaning in the bureaucracy. They didn't vote for the kind of rooting out of waste and fraud. But they say that with a false narrative and with fear-mongering for Medicaid beneficiaries. And they try to scare, no, sir, I got to finish this. They're trying to scare our seniors and scare the most vulnerable. That's a long-standing tactic. But the American people didn't vote for transgender operas in Colombia. But where's the indignation on that? I haven't heard a single person talk about that. What about the transgender comic books and the DEI musicals in Ireland and all this absurd and insulting example after example of just complete and utter wasting the taxpayer dollar? The GAO.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to give us a like down there. Hit that subscribe button if you feel led, and share your thoughts as well, because we do read the comments and we'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
Oh, the Government Accountability Office. That's a government entity, so you ought to bow down to that authority as well and accept it hook, line, and sinker for their data and statement on fraud, which is up to $5 trillion over the 10-year window. $5 trillion. Where is the outrage on all of that? I've never heard it, not one time. This is, I hear about the unelected billionaires because you all love class warfare. You love to divide people by race and gender and class. That is the MO. I mean, God, I love you guys as people, but your party's broken and bankrupt, and that's why the taxpayers put this president in office and gave us unilateral, unified Republican leadership, because they want us to make sure that their tax dollars are protected and that they're being spent wisely, and that we act as fiduciaries, and that the people who were intended to get benefits from these programs are getting them, but not illegal immigrants and not people that are not qualified. I see the list you're holding up. Enough with the theater. Where is the outrage? Are you not insulted by this list? You want me to read this list? Do you want me to go through the same list of indigenous people, inclusive justice, primary literacy, female empowerment, personalized 3D avatar tools for gender identities? This is stupid. This is stupid. Mr. Chairman, reclaiming my time.
You got your time.
Where was the concern for conflicts of interest and abuse of power when the IRS leadership and the special prosecutors from the Biden DOJ were obstructing the investigation into the Hunter Biden scheme? And your president said, I don't know anything about it, never been involved. And we knew that wasn't true, and we discovered it wasn't. But where was the drive and the passion that I see from you, all my colleagues, on that issue? And
So that was Jody Arrington, right? Yep. Okay, Jody Arrington, and he says that we've entered into the intersanctum of the Democrats' temple, in which his view is the holy grail of the government's unionization of special interest group fundings and LGBTQ, DEI, class, culture, and warfare weaponization of dark and unseen groups of socialists that have an unlimited piggy bank at their disposal of our taxpayer dollars, right? But is this a partisan issue? Because even when Obama talked about this, and he did, he handed over finding fraud and waste to Joe Biden, who was the vice president at the time. It was something that both the Republicans and the Democrats thought was a really good idea as well. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this. It gives you great history, which is our greatest teacher, on the developments of how it went from then to now. Check it out.
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions, and that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody. Waste we should be getting rid of even if we didn't have a deficit. Sure, some of these cuts aren't that big, but no amount of waste is acceptable. Not when it's your money. Not at a time when so many Americans are already cutting back. Just as families are living within their means, government should too. Did you know the federal government pays for a website devoted to a folk music ensemble made up of forest rangers? They're called the Fiddlin' Foresters. I'll put their music on my iPod, but I'm not paying for their website. And there are hundreds of similar sites that we should consolidate or just get rid of.
Look, man, I don't mean to upset anybody here by calling Obama a liar here, but he's lying. He ain't putting no fiddlers in the forest on his iPad. I don't know anybody who is going to put the fiddlers in the forest on their iPad. Maybe some fiddlers, maybe somebody who plays the fiddle, but man, ain't no Obama or nobody. I'm going to put him on my iPad, but I'm not going to. Nah, I don't know about that, Obama. But anyway, let me know what you think. We're going to keep going.
I'll put their music on my iPod, but I'm not paying for their website. And there are hundreds of similar sites that we should consolidate or just get rid of. By the way, you're not only paying for websites no one needs, you're paying for thousands of buildings all across the country no one uses. For the last decade, the government's owned a massive and completely empty warehouse in the middle of Brooklyn, for example. Now, the government hadn't been able to sell this building and others like it because of red tape and Washington politics that held things up for years. But we're finally cutting through all that and plan to get rid of these buildings in the months ahead. We need to step up our game. We need to go after every dime. We need to make government work for you. That's why, starting today, I've asked the Vice President to lead a renewed effort to hunt down misspent tax dollars in every agency and department of this government. We're calling it the Campaign to Cut Waste, and I know Joe's the right man to lead it, because nobody messes with Joe.
There's a new standard by which the government is going to function from this point on. The American people are entitled to transparency. Look, a lot of this depends on new, sophisticated methods, but it also, we know, depends on relentless focus on making this a priority. Focus that can't be delegated. We're holding ourselves accountable, and we're deeply committed and focused on making government function better. We're not just eliminating fraud and waste. We hope to be instilling an entire new culture that not only our administration, but every succeeding administration will in fact pursue. We're going to give you the government you expect and deserve.
Okay, so there we have it. There's Obama speaking his case on we're setting up an agency to get rid of fraud and waste, and he put Joe Biden in charge. Now Joe Biden, I'm sure, in Obama, they went and got rid of the fiddlers, and they put in the trans operas in Colombia. I mean, I think the voters are the people are the ones getting the short end of the stick here, because it's our money now on their agendas that we don't even have a clue of what's going on out there. The Republicans are doing it too, ladies and gentlemen. So I think it's not a bad idea that we have Doge. I don't think the American people disagree with Doge. I think it's interesting what they're finding, and I don't think the Democrats like it. If this was Joe Biden's idea of his new agenda, instead of the fiddlers, get this, but I don't know. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about it. Please like and subscribe, share the love, and we love you all. God is good, and we will see you on the next one. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.